coming and hanging around till I found you and saying hi. Hi, Josette. How are you today?
I am good. How are you, Mama Frank?
So good. Thank you. So blessed. So blessed.
Man.
Okay, we are on Facebook. So happy about that. Yahoo! Happy Halloween. I'm not sure how many people are going to be here today, but I know Brittany is doing, of course, whatever they do at school with their kids and Halloween parties and all that kind of stuff. And she said, please excuse me. Hey, Angela on Facebook. Hello, hello. Um, Sedario is supposed to be here today, but her sister's having surgery today, so she won't be here today. So any wins? Anybody? Charmaine, hi, darling. How are you, darling? Any wins today? How about you, Josette? Come on, tell me something that's good.
Yeah, I have a great win. Um, Over the weekend, I went to Atlanta and I spent the weekend with one of my downlines. And she was a consultant before and she decided to come back. Well, since she's been back, she came back in April and she's been not active since she's come back in. So I spent the entire weekend with her. She came over to the hotel and she like saw me. I went live Friday night, I went live Saturday night, my routine, same routine thing, even though I wasn't at home. So we did kind of like a dual live, which kind of turned into an interview on Saturday night. I said, oh, Mama Frank gonna be proud of us. It was not planned, but it happened. And it
So
was awesome. It was awesome. Everybody loved it. She cried. I cried. I mean, oh man, it was awesome, awesome, awesome. So, but when I left her, she was very motivated and she said she was going to get started. And she's on my schedule for every Wednesday at 6 o'clock for our 30-minute schedule.
I love it. Good job. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
Yes.
Well, good job, Connie. Tell us some wins. She really goes
I've
by
been
Nicole.
pushing really hard to do the Erica Cole challenge, to meet the requirements. And today is my heavy ministry day, so I wanted to get the sales portion done yesterday, and I was able to do it. And I was like, I need to eat, you guys. Please help me. I want to go to bed and eat. So I need to sell 6 pieces, and I ended up selling 7 pieces, and I wasn't on for very long. So I was really happy about that.
What's her challenge? Give us a little summary real quick.
I know you got to go 30 minutes live a week, and then you have to do like 250 in sales or something like that. Um, there's several requirements, and then she's only going to pick a certain amount of people. So
And what's the prize?
To be in her
you
boot
get
camp.
to be a part of her boot camp, to be trained by her. And yeah.
That's cool. She's awesome. She's awesome. Good for her. Good for her. Is it going to be a boot camp that you go away to?
No, just like here, it's a 60-day and it's going to
Oh,
be Zoom and Facebook. And we're gonna be there, Connie. One of the other things you had to do, you had to have at least a home party in October and November. You must know your compliance rules. She's gonna give you a test. You got to pass at least 80% of that. Um, and I think everything else Connie said, that's the gist of it. You have to have those sales in the month of October and November and to go live at least 30 minutes once a week. Yeah. So we're gonna be there, sweetie.
good job. Good job. Well, that's cool. I'm excited. Charmaine says she has her first event Saturday. She's so excited, so anxious. She said so excited. Well, today I want you to know that Eric Worre, golly, lately he has just been he has really been enthusiastic. He has said I think I told the story a couple of weeks ago about he said that he had just quit his job, his company had dissolved or something had happened, and the company that he'd been with for a while, he just lost. He was building his $2.5 million dream house, lost that. He lost like 50, or maybe it was a couple $1,000,000 because he wasn't big, a couple $1,000,000 in investments that he had. The company that, the investment on the stock market had just dropped, and he lost everything there. And he said within 6 months, he went from making multi-million-dollars, like he was probably making $500,000 a month, to zero. And his company was gone, everything was gone. So he had to start over. He found a new company and went to the company, and he said, I want everybody to be in Chicago. Remember the story? I want everybody to be in Chicago on July something. And this was in May. And we're going to get everybody to Chicago, and we're going to change our business. And once he got to Chicago, and there was 100 people in the seat. And he said he did everything to call people, to encourage them to come. There were a lot of people in the seat that had never been with the company before. And he was in Chicago, and he said, I felt like a fraud. I just lost everything. I was a loser. And I sympathized with that so much, because I remember we were doing really well in real estate and lost so much with the real estate market. So he said, what am I going to do? So he just stood up and he said, let me think, what you can't promote, let's see, what you can't change, promote. So he just laid it out. I've been this. However, this has changed. I have nothing, but I will tell you, I'm at rock bottom and I'm only going up. You can come with me and run with me, or you can go do something else. But I am going back to my old life. I'm changing my life. You want to come with me? You come. He had a 2-day event, and it was so much energy, so fun, so excellent training, that he had planned Chicago, and he planned one on the West Coast and one on the East Coast every month thereafter. And they said, we don't want to go to East and West Coast. We want to just go back and work. And he said his first month, he made like $500. And his second month, he made about $2,000. And his third month was $8,000. And it just went up after that, because he was straightforward. He laid all the cards on the table and told what it was. Well, I see him in that same mode right now. He's like, you guys. And this is what was he had so much to say today, but the biggest thing that he said was, we were making $10,000 in 2019. I don't know what it was. The company was making $1 million in 2019. Paparazzi as a company was making $1 million 2019. Excuse me, 2019, not 2019, 2019. That's right. Then in 2020, COVID hit. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, for a lot of the company, it skyrocketed. And they went from $1 million a month. And I don't know, I'm making up these numbers. This is just make believe. I don't know what it was. From $1 million a month to $5 million a month through 20 and 21. And then we had this whole, I call them the hater group come. COVID slowed down. We went to convention, and so many people got sick from convention. Do you know, Paparazzi is the only network marketing company that opened up for an event, for convention in 2021. There's not one other network marketing company that was brave enough out there, not one. And Paparazzi got a lot of guff after that. Not one. They were all scared, shaking in their pants because of what everybody's going to say. Paparazzi's like, I don't care. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And they opened up for convention in 2021 and 22 and 23, and they've kept going. So let's go back to what he said. $1 million in 19, 20 was $5 million, 21 was $5 million, 22, I don't know, but 23, we're back to $1 million. I don't know if you've heard, I don't know if you're feeling it, but during 2020, 2021, 2022, there was government assistance. People were home watching you on your live. It was easy. I had a mantra. My motto was, I don't care if I sell one thing, I'm going to make someone happy today. And I went out and sold like crazy. I was bringing in $120,000 in sales a month during 2020. My attitude was to give. And we were so blessed. Now I'm bringing in 30. Have I changed? And so I'm like, oh crap, my check's gone down 1/4. I have that vocabulary. And he said to me, he said, what were your sales in 2019? What are your sales now? The company is stable. We just had a bonus. So you can think of it, oh, we've lost all this, the company's gone down, my sales are down, I can't get people to recruit, my team's gone down. Or it's how we think, it's what we say. My company's been stable. I just had this humongous bonus for a couple of years, and a loan that I don't have to pay back, a grant from the government, from wherever. I take those bonuses and checks and cash them and love them, but I'm still where I was, maybe a little bit higher now. I believe COVID, the pandemic, has made us lazy. I believe Zoom is easy. I mean, we didn't have Zoom. I didn't have Zoom calls before. I didn't have these. I had to get on a training, or we had to do a webinar. It is easier now. So that was his whole thing, is he says, change your verbal commercial. Our company is really stable. We just had a great big bonus for a couple of years. And now we're growing. We're going back. We have the cream of the company here. The feeling at convention this year was so amazing. And Eric said he is getting on the phone and calling all of his $1 million makers that have been in his program. He's calling CEOs. He's having a CEO summit. He's calling people personally and inviting them. Now, I want to ask you, if you personally called everybody on your team and said, Connie, said Josette, said Robin, I want you to come to my house. We're going to have a retreat. Would you come? Robin's coming. Nicole's been to my house. Josette, you got to be here. Come on. You got to come.
I would come.
If I called you and said, Josette, I can't wait to see you at convention. Let's come. I want you to come, and we'll meet for lunch and we'll do this and this. Wouldn't you want to come to convention? Mm-hmm. But what do? We send an email. Oh, convention's going on sale. Make sure you register. If we decided that we put forth the effort to make someone feel, Eric said, oh, nobody's going to events anymore. He said, bull crap. He even said a bad word. He said, excuse my language. They have this big sphere in Las Vegas. I don't know if any of you've seen this, but it's this big sphere that has concerts in it. That's like $800 a ticket for a 2-hour concert. Las Vegas is having this Formula One race there. Do you know it's $15,000 to be able to watch that race? And he said, tickets are sold out. They've been sold out for months. It's not that people don't want to get together. It's people don't want to get together to your event. So me, as a leader, I think, oh, nobody wants to come on the 90-day. It's Halloween. Why is that? That's a reflection on me. If I were to personally reach out and invite people to come, if I were to personally reach out to you, Josette, and say, Josette, I really want you to be on my 90-day. It's so good. We only have 30 days left. Wouldn't you feel more like you wanted to be vested?
Yes.
We have to care about people. It's not just throw it out there and whatever happens, happens. We've got to be intentional. And then at the very end, he talked about, he said, you know, he just talked to $1 million earner right before this call. That's probably what fired him up. And he said, they've been $1 million earner for 10 years and their money's going down. And he just talked to him right before this call. And she said, you know, I've just had some things in my life. This is Robin's words. I've got my cancer coming back. You know, things are going on. I'm going to start in January. I just got to recoup my life. Going to get going January. I'm going to hit it hard in January. And he said, I want you to know, I predict that if you wait for 3 months, you're not going to increase. He said, the next 3 months, this is the selling season. The next 3 months can make the difference of 3 to 5 times your business within 6 months after that. But it's up to you. And he said, I want every single one of you to download the audio, but I download this book. It's called The Obstacle is the Way. And he said, it talks about obstacles that God gives you, obstacles that come in your life that make you a better person. Now we're running out of time real quick, but I'm going to paraphrase this. This did not even occur to me until I did the podcast with Eric, and he pointed it out to me. I worked for a dentist. I stayed home and had 5 babies. My husband supported us. He made $20,000 a year with 5 kids in the year of 88 and 89. That was like poverty level. So I decided, I had my last baby. He was a year old, and I decided I was going to go to work part-time. I started working for a dentist. I became the dentist partner that was not official, but I hired, I fired, I ran all the books, I did all the taxes, I did everything for the dentist. He went to the office, drilled and filled, and went home. I paid his home bills. I had the roof put on his house. I was his work wife, is what Eric called it. I started in 89, and in 2002, he got married. He was single. Well, the new wife didn't like the work wife being the wife at work. And so things changed, and I was gently let go. He was very kind to me, gave me a severance package, but my life as a work wife in the dental office that I knew went away. Then my husband was a realtor. We started flipping homes, and you know that story. We did really well. I thought, oh, we'll retire with this. And then 2009 came, and the whole real estate market crashed, and we lost everything and ended up filing bankruptcy. Then I find paparazzi, and I'm just going to town. I just got my Chanel purse. I just hit A-lister. We were making really good money. And I'm diagnosed with multiple myeloma cancer on drugs, morphine. I did not work for a year. Brittany carried it. Tom and Brittany would go to shows that we already had scheduled. I would buy 25 pieces a month to stay active, and that's all I did. I stayed in bed for a whole year. That was in 2013. 10 years later, I'm cruising along. Everything's going good. My cancer numbers are starting to go up. What are you trying to teach me? Every time I was doing really well in my life, Something happened. The obstacle is the way. Something's big coming for me. I know it. Something really big. Because every time I was at rock bottom, I was so hungry. I crawled up that mountain with my fingertips and I did so well. And then I get to a plateau and think, oh, I'm doing pretty good. And I'm probably getting a little sure of myself. So Heavenly Father says, here you go again. There's something else. So I challenge each one of you to get that book or download it and read The Obstacle is the Way. Because when we are still just mediocre, we don't have that hard thing to kick us in the pants to say, you got to change. You got to do something different. So my question today is, I ask you, how comfortable are you? And what obstacle is God going to give you to get you to move? Or are you going to suck it up and move? So that was our call today. And I know that every single time God closes a door, he opens a window for me to crawl through. But I become a better person. So I challenge you to sit down and decide what it is that can make you climb up that mountain with your fingertips and change your business and change your team. I love you. I love coming on here. Thank you so much. Happy Halloween. Anybody have any questions really, really quickly? I haven't even looked. Do we have any sneak peeks today? Anybody have any questions? Well, we will see you tomorrow. You know, it's always the best. I love you. Sit down and think about that. Really, really, really think about it. And what you can do to change, to get more people at EMP, to get more people, whatever it is. I mean, Erica put out a great challenge. I love it. Maybe we'll do that too. Love you. Have a wonderful day. Happy Halloween. See you later. Bye-bye.